What we talking about?
Bro, here,
Oh,
look.
we're asking.
Here,
Oh,
look. It says.
I was asking him how he knows that George Tenet is a Jew.
Oh yeah. Well, here, look. I found the article. It says George Tenet authorized sensitivity training for the CIA on anti-Semitism,
Okay, so what?
following allegations of misconduct in the Kolarsky investigation.
Yeah. So what?
So he cares
What?
about Jews, but that's not proof he's Jewish, though. It's just proof he cares about them.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see that it's not actually helping the argument.
Yeah, really. It's not really helping the argument, but he does care about the Jews. And anyone in my eyes who cares about the Jews is Jewish.
Okay, dude, you're literally black, so I don't care. You're a black Hebrew Israelite. Nothing you say matters.
Nothing you say matters. You're a white nationalist.
No, I'm literally not.
That's
You
me.
are a
Fight's
white
the
nationalist.
Fight's a white nationalist. I just don't like you because you're a black Hebrew Israelite.
That's me.
No, you quite literally. Why do you care about my race if you're not a white nationalist?
I said you're a black Hebrew Israelite. I didn't say I don't like you because you're black.
I'm not a
Even
black Hebrew Israelite, though. That's false.
you are though. You think black
Well,
people are the true people of Israel. You're a black Hebrew Israelite.
no.
Yes.
I'm just a standard Christian.
Okay, it's black Hebrew Israelite. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you get that idea from.
I mean, like you change denominations faster than I change shoes, man. It's like
Oh,
I'm not falling for
here
it.
it is.
No, I literally was just trolling about being a black Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah,
No,
no,
you're
and then like a
really
month
dumb.
ago you said you were Orthodox, and then before that you said you were Pentecostal. Like, bro, come on.
I was trolling about all of that.
Yeah,
Now you're
okay.
just
So
really
I
dumb.
so you admit that I can't take anything you say at face value. Okay, cool.
Well, you don't talk to me like that, so you
You're
don't
simply not
know.
trustworthy. So I'll just
You
go ahead and
don't
mute you
talk.
now.
He quite
Anyway,
literally
go ahead,
doesn't
fight.
talk to me at all.
Yeah, so it says here on his memoir, George Tenet talks about Richard Pearl, who was instrumental in fomenting the clean break memo.
Which one are you referring to?
Richard Pearl.
No, I know who Richard Pearl is. I'm asking you which memoir.
Let's see. At the center of my storm, my years at the CIA.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hold on. Wait, you like? Oh, you had a PDF of this. I see. Okay. Okay, what we got going on? And what page was that on?
I don't know. I'm just reading the Wikipedia.
It's worse than Christian
Oh,
chat,
come on, dude.
honestly.
Really?
Abysmal, are you a Jew?
Because like I got a copy of the memoir right here. Imagine not using primary sources. That's crazy. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This isn't the whole document. This is just chapter 10, or maybe 10 through 12. No, 10 through 13.
Isn't it crazy that he resigned immediately after 9/11?
True.
Did he? Did he really?
Because a Jewish did it. Because a Jew did it.
Because
He
like,
resigned. He resigned in 2004 after 9/11.
okay, like he said,
Because a Jew did it.
immediately after 9/11. So that tells me like, you know, before the end of 2001, right? I mean, like this is like a lot of stuff happens all the way to 2004. You have like the invasion of Iraq, the invasion of Afghanistan.
Yeah, but that was fomented by 9/11.
Yeah, I understand that, but he said he resigned immediately after 9/11. And then it's like I didn't know that like just after 9/11 meant like 3 or 4 years later.
3 or 4 years later.
Bro, it is 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, like that's not immediately after 9/11. Don't be dishonest now.
3 or 4 years later, true. Come at me, nigga. I like that gif.
It's not a gif, you fucking retard.
You're a white nationalist fucking Christian. You're a retard.
Sorry, what?
What do you understand, right? Like,
I'm
how
sorry.
do listen, the white
Did you
revolution
just
would
call
never
me
happen.
flight?
Europe is declining. The white
Did you just
revolution
call
would
me
never
flight?
happen.
Yeah, black people will never be free.
The white
No,
revolution would
blacks
never
are just a
happen.
client population of all the other races.
The white revolution would
Black
never
people will
happen.
always
Europe is
be a
declining.
slave. Black people
There
will
are
always
more
be
blacks
enslaved.
and there are more blacks in Bulgaria right now than whites. There are more blacks in Paris right now than whites. Your population is declining.
That's not even true.
That's literally not even true at all.
Cry about it. Just cry about it.
Man, I love having to make things up to cope with my inferiority.
Yeah, so blacks have never.
You're just a stupid. You're just like
Black
a
people have
stupid
never
white
invented
nationalist.
anything in the world. Okay,
That's false.
yeah,
That's
that's
no.
true.
That,
Yeah, that's true.
we invented peanut butter.
Name
No, you
name one
You're-
thing that blacks invented. Oh wait.
The Great Wall of Benin. It's 4 times larger than the Great Wall of China. It's the greatest
The
fortification
Great Wall of
of
what?
human civilization.
The Great Wall of what?
I'm not repeating myself for an inferior race.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so it doesn't exist. Okay.
So you made some shit up because you're retarded. Obviously.
So, do you have a source for this?
It's like blacks built Atlantis and shit.
Shit, nigga.
Black
people
Yeah.
Atlantis.
You're a stupid white
Well,
nationalist.
Atlantis is out
Europe is
Morocco. I
We
declining.
do
was
know that.
we was the Habsburgs and
You're
shit.
a stupid white nationalist. Trump is not gonna make the white
I'm not a
revolution.
white nationalist. I just don't like blacks. There's a difference.
Trump
I'm a
is
white
not gonna
nationalist.
make the white revolution.
I am the white nationalist.
The white revolution will
Like I
never
didn't
happen.
know that if I hate blacks, does that make me like a white nationalist?
Yes,
How?
because you want all blacks to leave America.
No, I didn't. I just said I hate all blacks.
Yeah, you're a white nationalist.
Yeah, what did I say? I want all blacks to leave.
You're just a white nationalist
How?
because you hate blacks.
Oh, how does that make me a nationalist?
You just want them. You just want them all to leave America.
I didn't say that. I just said I hate all blacks.
Yeah, and
So like, how does I hate all blacks equal I want all blacks to leave?
the entailment is that you want all blacks to leave.
I didn't say that.
That wouldn't be the entailment.
Yes, it would.
Like, like, bro? I don't. I mean, I understand that I'm like 50 IQ points higher than you, right? I'm very intentional when I speak. I understand the words I'm saying when I say them.
No, you're just autistic.
Oh, that's also true, but that's besides the point.
Listen, you don't want to be near blacks. The only way
Correct.
that you will always be near blacks if you live in America. So the only way, it's pointless to hate blacks.
So
The
what
only,
if I advocate for segregation instead of deportation?
see, thanks
Yeah.
for confirming my point.
You know,
Retard.
Wait, so like
black.
how am I a black nationalist or a white nationalist if I advocate for
Yeah,
segregation?
thanks for confirming my point, retard. This is
Okay,
gonna
so
get.
you're just not gonna answer my question.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is just gonna get to all blacks need to be deported.
I never said that.
You advocated for segregation.
No, segregated, yes, because blacks literally segregate themselves. Y'all believe in segregation too. You just don't want to admit it, right?
Blacks don't segregate ourselves. We're just poor,
No, you literally segregate yourselves.
bro. Wealthy blacks live with wealthy white men. What are you talking about?
No, they
That
don't.
is true.
Bro, I love God. When are you gonna make Black Wall Street
Why?
again?
Here's a question. So why is it that when blacks or wealthy blacks they move into wealthy white neighborhoods, thinking it's a mud environment, their kids still perform worse academically than poor white people?
Not even true.
It is
That
true.
is literally true. That is literally true.
You want a source for that?
Love God.
Don't
Love
call him
God.
Love
I
God. Don't
look
do not
forward.
call him Love God. Call him Thomas the
Okay.
Tank Agent.
You can call me. I love God. I do love God.
I'm not gonna fight with this one. Thomas. When are you gonna make Black Wall Street again? You know, your people.
Well, there's billions and billions of Black Wall Streets. There's billions and billions of Black people in gated communities and Black people
So
owning very
never.
big businesses.
That's not
No,
even
no,
true.
no.
There's
I
not
no.
billions of. There's not even billions of black people. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well,
Do you know what Black Wall Street is? Do you know what it is, Thomas? Right?
Yeah, Black Wall Street was obviously a street where essentially Black people own their own businesses and they own really big businesses.
That's not
Yeah,
even
when
what
is that going to happen?
That's not
Yeah,
even
when
what
is that going to happen?
that's not even
I
what
mean,
that's
fair enough.
literally not even what Black Wall Street wants.
Listen,
That's
lots
pathetic.
of blacks
I
own
know,
businesses today.
but he doesn't know. But we'll just go with it.
Yeah.
When
Listen,
is that going to happen?
Lots of blacks own businesses today.
That wasn't the question.
That's not even what Black Wall Street
Okay.
wants, you fucking idiot.
Wait, like, okay, so what do you
You're so
think?
dumb.
What do you think regular Wall Street is?
A regular Wall Street is simply a big corporation block of wealthy people.
No, it's not.
No,
What?
that's not what Wall Street is. It's where the NYSE and the Nasdaq and all these other. It's a trading platform, idiot. Black
A
Wall
big
It's
Street.
corporation
it's the
block of
world's
wealthy
largest trading
people.
hub. Yes.
Yeah, a big corporation of wealthy people. You literally just like rephrasing what
It's
I'm
not a
saying.
corporation, you dummy. It's protected
A
by the
trading
FCC
is a corporation.
or the FTC. Excuse me.
No, it's not.
Define corporation.
No, it's not a corporation, idiot. There's
Yes,
multiple.
it is.
There's
Trading and
multiple.
corporation are simultaneous.
There's multiple businesses that exist
A
on Wall
business
Street.
is an exchange. That is a trade. You idiot.
Okay, but the trade is that's upheld by the Fed.
The
It's
trade
upheld
is
by
industrial. The
no.
trade is
Listen to me.
industrial. You idiot.
Listen. It is not a corporation. It is a public entity. You understand that?
You're an idiot. You're actually just
Okay,
rephrasing
great
things I'm
argument, dude. 10
saying.
out of 10. This
You're
is
just
what
rephrasing
this is
things
literally
I'm
how
saying.
blacks think they can win debates, bro. It's
No,
crazy.
you're stubborn. You're just stubborn. I don't care.
Oh, okay, so you don't care that you were wrong.
I don't care because you're stubborn.
The guy might be the most
Thomas,
retarded.
how do you think
My
the
actual room
Nasdaq
temperature IQ.
is like a company, or
You said
the
what?
New York Stock Exchange? How do you
You
think the
said,
New York Stock Exchange is like a company?
you said New York what?
The stock exchange. Oh my
Stock
god. Oh
exchange.
my goodness.
Oh,
You like,
his voice
bro,
is
you
very
literally
low.
have below 70 IQ. You're
You're
so
giving
actually
me no
dumb.
leniency. You're giving me no leniency. Look at his mic. Listen.
Actually, like,
New
let me
York
look.
A
Stock
stock,
Like,
Exchange.
what
a
does
stock exchange is a
Nasdaq
company.
stand
Yeah.
for?
A stock exchange is a company. Yes.
No, it's stock
No, it's
exchange.
not.
Not.
Oh my.
No, that's not even true.
Dude, do you need to go like
Uh,
middle school or like what? Flip.
no, bro. Blacks are all like functionally illiterate in 2024
Yeah. So a
But
company is
we
just
was
simply
king.
because
a
like
company.
these
Company
schools they literally let these kids
is
graduate not knowing how to read because they don't want to appear as racist.
no. A
There's no.
company is just well. No. A
That's
company is just a group
no.
of people working
All
for the.
right, Thomas, what's the
That's
S&P
completely incorrect.
500?
You
Thomas,
said
what's the S&P 500?
something to do with stocks.
You're saying the S&P 500 has nothing to do with
But
stocks?
I want to go. I want to go into stock exchange. A stock exchange is 100% a company.
No, it's not, idiot.
Yes, it is. So
Define the
No, the stock
S&P 500.
yeah. So let me define the
what
company
is
for you.
first of all, what you have to understand about the what is it,
He
Moody and
doesn't know what the S&P 500 is, bro.
do you know what Moody and Standards is?
I'm getting right. I have to. Okay, so when we look at what a company is, right? A company originated in Europe when merchants got enough wealth to be assimilated into the middle class, and then they simply started employing a bunch of people. A company is just a business where there's a group of people working for the same cause. So when we look at the stock exchange, right? The stock exchange is regulated by people who are working for the same cause under one head boss. And the one head boss is the people who is the organization that organizes the stock exchange. So it is a company. What? Fuck. You don't think the stock exchange is regulated by the capital? The stock exchange is regulated by the capital. It's quite literally built off of big companies and big corporations. But that doesn't mean the intermediary that does
Thomas,
shareholders
what's
is
an
in
index fund?
itself. The intermediary, see, the stock exchange is an intermediary. That doesn't mean an intermediary that regulates it itself. That doesn't mean it isn't profiting. It is profiting. The
Supreme.
owners who created the stock exchange is rich.
Hold on. We're gonna listen to your negrosity later. Supreme, can you unmute Ballin?
No, don't unmute him. He's literally just racist. He said he hates blacks all the time. He's
Never
racist.
said that.
Who muted him?
He's
It
racist.
was
Don't
math.
unmute him. Mathematician, good job. Listen,
Can you
the
ban mathematician from this room? Why is he even
intermediary
here?
of the shareholders, right? Those who regulate and manage the intermediary itself is the company who profits off all of the shareholders.
You have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Yes, I do.
You can't even.
What is a stock?
You literally
Can you
can't even
tell us
say
why he's
intermediary.
muted?
So a stock is a share of a company, right? So those who regulate that profit off of that. What? It is a company. How is a stock exchange not a company?
It's
You're
not
an
a company
idiot.
because. Hey, retard! There's something called a fiduciary obligation. Do you know what a fiduciary obligation is? You fucking retard! You dumb monkey dribbling fucking banana eater. You don't know
Yeah,
anything.
you should like educate me on the stock exchange.
Yeah, so there's something that's called a fiduciary obligation. So the way that uh, the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, the way that this works is that there is a separate body, right, that is outside of any kind of profits that they can make within the trades. Because when you have a fiduciary obligation to your investors, then it cannot be the case that you necessitate a framework that the people within this company would be allowed to do something that is shady. So you separate this entirely. That's why you have the NYSE. That's why you have the NASDAQ. That's why you have the Dow Jones. That's why you have the Nikkei in Japan.
No, that doesn't even work because there's a bunch of rug pulls that can be done. Where somewhere like a famous YouTuber like Mr. Beast can release a coin and the exchange of that coin immediately goes down, and then he just scammed everyone who invested into that coin.
We're
So
not talking
obviously,
about blockchain, you
yeah,
fucking retarded piece of shit.
so obviously the fucking NSSC is not working on fucking Mr.
Yeah,
Beast.
we're not talking about the blockchain, you fucking retarded
Well, that
piece
is
of
the
shit.
blockchain. The block is that not a part of stocks? It is a point of stocks. Stock coins, fucking
No.
bitcoins, it's all a part of stocks. Stocks is just non-digital currency. Stocks is just digital currency. That's all it is.
Bruh.
You have
That's all.
no idea what you're talking about.
Thomas, what is an index fund? Thomas, what is an index fund?
You said what?
A index fund.
An index fund? I know what the word
What
index
is it?
mean. I know what the word index mean, like a
What is
category.
a bond?
Yeah, I know what the word
Do you know
index
what a
mean.
bond is?
I know what the word index means.
Do you know what? Okay, fine. Easier question. Do you know what a bond is?
Yeah, let me answer your first question. So I know what an index mean, like a category or something. So like a fund, that would have to obviously just be the funds of like all the companies you shareholder with like a bond. Obviously know what a bond is. It's just taxes. It's what soldiers do when soldiers buy bonds. They buy like taxes, like off the government. At least that's
Why
how
are
it
we
works.
taking this guy seriously?
Yeah.
Both of you guys are white nationalists. Why do we take white nationalists seriously? The same reason you take white nationalists
Was
seriously.
Bowen the guy who was accused of being a white nationalist?
Fight is the white nationalist.
I'm the
Supreme
white
Potato,
nationalist.
Supreme
No, but
Potato is just
who was the guy who was being accused of it earlier?
it was Ballin. Ballin is also a white nationalist. He says he hates black
No,
people. They're the inferior race.
no, he never said that
Can we get a
whatsoever.
poll
Yes, he
on
did. He literally
No, he
said he's
didn't.
the inferior race.
You didn't even know what a bond was, you fucking retard, you
A
stupid
bond,
monkey.
when soldiers buy bonds, they're just buying like fucking taxes from the government. We know what a bond
That's
is.
not even true, retard.
Yes, it is.
You
Why
don't
do
know what
you
a
think
bond is. A bond is a treasury. A treasury bond is linked to the amount of debt that the United States is buying up. You fucking
exactly
stupid.
debt is taxes, you idiot? What else is taxes? Is debt is taxes, you idiot? The fuck up. Get muted. These guys are just white nationalists. They're stubborn.
So Thomas, do you think there's any way for us, white people, to improve?
Yeah. So, I can tell you how white people can improve. So, white people can improve by lowering the poverty rates of black people. And the way they can lower the poverty rates of black people is giving the starting conditions of what a white kid. Let's look at starting conditions of what a white kid is. They have likely a fatherless child because divorce rates is also high in whites. So fatherless child, but there's a difference between a black fatherless child and a white fatherless child. When we look at the neighborhoods black white kids live in, They live usually in a gated community. They're surrounded by a bunch of libraries. They're surrounded by a bunch of good schools. They have good public schools. They get sent the best teachers, best public school teachers. Most of their parents are making over $36 an hour. Most Black Americans are not making over $36 an hour. So likely that one single,
Where are you getting this stat? $36 an hour.
yeah, we can. Yeah, most Black Americans. When we look at per capita.
No, white Americans. Most people make more than $36 an hour. Where are you getting that? I mean, let me do the math. Hold on.
Yeah, I can get that. I can get the stat. I can get that stat for you.
Yeah.
So so
Math.
per
Are you here? Hold on, math. Math. Are you here? Okay, math's not here. It's not allowed to AFK in our chat.
yeah, so
No,
36.
I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'll
so
be right back.
$36.
Okay. Can you type out their reasons for like banning people in the side chat? Or not banning,
Yeah,
muting
because they're
people?
both racist. They're bluntly racist. They literally said that Blacks are the inferior race.
I posted it's so when I mute someone, I put it in the logs. It's in the logs.
Yeah, I mean, we know why they're both. I don't know why you're trying to
Is it at
justify
least
it.
your voters are
They
allowed
both
to,
literally
or
said
new
that
voters
Blacks
are
were
allowed
the
to use that,
inferior
or
race.
No,
They've been
no. That's not true. No. When I put it in the
what's the
logs,
law?
the user that gets muted has access to the logs. So if the user who got muted wants to post a screenshot of why I moderated them and like what my justification, my reasoning was, that
Yeah,
user
that's
can
true.
perfectly do so.
That's true. I mean, they've been
So
calling me a bunch of
when
racist
when
things.
you don't see the reason why I moderated someone, it's because a user doesn't want to show you the real reason why they were moderated.
True. Yes. So where were we at? So you wanted a stat for Blacks not making over $36 an hour. That's
Why?
very easy. That's a very easy stat to prove. Just look up per capita poverty rates of Blacks versus whites, and you'll see that Blacks have a higher poverty rate than whites per capita. I can get you whatever article you want. What article do you want to support that? What do you want? Wikipedia? I can give you Wikipedia. I can give you all these things. Hold on. Poverty of whites per capita poverty of whites versus blacks. Yeah, here we go. In 2013, 17.9%. So 18% of Black people are living in the United States were living below the poverty line per capita compared to 7.7% of white people. So it's much more higher. So it's much more higher for Blacks, clearly. I can give you that article for you. And then what is the national line? And then that year, the total poverty line in the U.S. across all ethnicities was 11.11%. Here we go. Blacks have the highest poverty rate ever. So when blacks are given not the same conditions as whites because they're more poor than whites, then obviously they're gonna have worse education. So the way we
What do you
can
mean
help this,
given?
right? So the way whites can improve, right, is to basically give blacks the same conditions, and
Do you expect quote unquote whites to improve when we have like people like saying like being racist against us, like you?
it's not. Well, the thing is that when you're in slavery for 400 years, and I'm still affected by the slavery because there's still racial inequalities within the system,
This guy's
it's
a
not being
slave,
racist. It's
bro.
just
That's
pointing
crazy.
out what happened. It's just
Hey,
pointing out what
mathematician,
happened.
get the fuck out of the room. You lied entirely.
No, do not get out the room.
Hey, Supreme,
Do
ban
not get out the
mathematician
room. The white
immediately. He
nationalists, they've been
lied.
calling
He
me.
lied. He lied
They've been calling me
immediately.
Is
slurs.
that
No,
is that
hey.
allowed?
They've been
He
calling me
lied. He
slurs.
lied immediately.
Okay.
Ban him from the room. Go
They've
ahead.
been calling me slurs all the time. Mathematicians, stay here.
Hey, ban him
Stay
from the
here.
room. He lied about everything.
Make sure they don't fucking try to jump me.
Ban him from the
Are they
room.
gonna
He
do?
lied about everything.
Literally, they just derailed the conversation.
No, he lied about everything. No
Yeah,
one cares about your conversation.
mathematician,
Listen.
are you able to like type out the reason in the side chat?
No, he's not gonna do that. So listen.
Yeah, because he's lying. That's why.
No, he's not gonna do some extra
Get him
things
out
for
of
you
here.
people. He's not going to go extra steps for you people and give you guys special privileges, right, than other users simply because
Me
you're
and Passport, bro, we're sitting in
trying
mute
to
for.
get
Hey, calm
privileges.
down. Hey, calm down. Get out of here. Thank you.
They're just trying to get extra privileges because you know that you're being racist to me and you don't want to take
Have you ever
accountability for
considered
that.
that blacks are poor in 2024 just because they're just like not actually like economically motivated? Like they bought into this psyop that like, oh, they just had to wait for like a handout from the whites.
So when we look at the amount of time blacks has actually been free, we haven't been free for a century. So when we look at when
You've been
blacks
free since 1869, so
so
it's
when
just
black
false.
when blacks, so when blacks are free for the same amount of time that they are enslaved, and then we can look at it will be fair. But right now we have
That
not
makes no
Wait.
sense. You guys have never had
Are
a
you
single
wait,
rain
wait,
language. You guys have never had a single rain language. Ever.
wait, Thomas? Are you saying white people should be like enslaved too?
No. What the fuck are you getting this
Okay.
from? So listen, that guy
No, you
earlier
said
Black people have
when
never had a single rain
What your
language.
like
my audio cut out a little bit.
so
like
we have
chicken is just it's just an excuse. Like your ass was never a slave, bro. Never was.
no. I'm still
Right.
affected. I'm still affected by
You're
slavery.
broke because you have no
That is
skills. That's why
ridiculous.
you're broke.
Again, no, you're retarded and you can't
There's
even say
still
something.
racial
You're
inequalities in the
broke
system.
because you have no skills. That's the
Yeah,
issue.
because you're a
No,
loser.
we haven't even been free for a century.
Well, where does the word slave
You
come
have been
from?
you have not been a slave.
could
Hey,
start
where does the
We
word
have
that.
not
slave
been
come
Hey,
free
from?
for a
Hey,
century.
hey, everyone here. Where does the word slave come from?
We have not been free for
I
a
don't know.
century.
Where does the word slave come from?
What does this have to do?
Ignorant,
Listen,
ignorant. Hey, ignorant.
the word
Monkey,
slave,
calm down. Hey,
the,
monkey. It comes
the
from the
word
word
slave,
Slavic.
the
Okay.
word slave comes from the
you
word
can't.
Slavic.
Probably
It was
can't say that word.
because Romans, they had a lot of Eastern Europeans as slaves, and they
Now,
did indenture servitude, which is why the
No,
Slav is
they
for
had
so
slave.
hold on, real quick. I guess quote unquote tone policing. If like fight, like I mean, rule one. Thomas, you're not allowed to use the word white boy, and same goes for fight with the word monkey. So both of you.
Wait.
So I don't want. I don't.
How does white boy compare to the word
God,
monkey?
let me ask you something, God. What special skills do you have?
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't have any special skills
Okay, why not?
because
thought
I've
I
been abused
banned
by
him.
white
No,
people.
potato, come on. Like, why? Why not?
Because I've been abused by white people.
Wait, it's like what? Like whites in 2024 prevent you from going to school? Is that it?
Yes.
Even though you have affirmative action.
No, we don't. That was taken out.
It was taken out like 6 months ago, man.
I was not affected by affirmative action.
Okay, it's like I don't have affirmative action either. Yet I still went to school. So like, what's your
You
problem?
went to a better school than me.
I went to a local community college, and so no, I didn't.
That's a way better school than me.
What do you mean, way better school than you? You don't have a community college where you live?
Whites and especially in public schools get the best teachers.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
the bottom, the barrel.
That's not true
I
whatsoever.
didn't know that.
Private schools get better teachers than public schools do.
Yeah, but when we look at the quality of teachers of black schools and white schools, whites have better quality teachers.
Well, yeah, I wonder why. Because y'all don't have any discipline, and that makes
We
teachers
haven't
mad.
we haven't even been free for a century.
Like we need to bring corporal punishment back.
Listen,
to
this is
schools.
this is my only stance. When black people are free for the same amount of time they're enslaved, then you could complain that we haven't built a good.
You haven't been you were never a slave, and blacks have been blacks in America have not been slaves since 1869.
Listen. This is my only.
Chicken, listen to me.
I don't
Why
want
is
to
it?
proceed because
Why?
I'm not done giving my
Chicken,
thought.
white. Listen, calm down, relax. Why is it that even in like Africa, where there were no slaves,
I
or
would
maybe
like to finish my
maybe
thought.
oh no, chicken, relax. Where there is no big bad white guy to oppress you, right? They still don't do anything.
I would like to finish my thought. So
No, I was making a thought and you kept interrupting me. That's why I was stopping you.
there's two things. I want to finish my thought and then I will answer my question. And I'm allowed to do that.
No, I asked you a question first. How about you answer my question?
All right. So listen, I want to finish my thought on the original thing.
Okay, so you're just gonna ignore me.
So
Okay.
blacks. So listen. So I'll answer your question after I finish my thought to the room. So blacks haven't even been free for a century. When black people are free for the same amount of time they're enslaved, then you
already
can
said
claim
this.
that black people aren't growing.
You already said that.
So that would be
false.
because slavery in America ended in 1865.
It still
Right?
continues
So it
out.
would be past.
Racial
It would, we would
inequalities,
be.
racial
So we're.
inequalities, and racial
So
discrimination still
so
Yeah,
continue
we
to
are a
exist
already
beyond.
century
said
in a.
this.
So we are a century in a.
Memento, stop. Like I've already said this to him. Like, don't butt in and try to hijack my conversation.
So my counterpoint to that is slavery was still going on even after it, and plus there was still
No, it
major
didn't.
racial inequalities and racial discriminations in the system that
No,
basically
there
made it
was
very
no
poor.
slavery after 1869.
Yes, there was. There was
No, there
slavery in
wasn't.
Florida.
Where was the slavery? Where was it?
Yeah, so there was so you don't know about the story, but there were slaves even after slavery because they didn't know they were free.
Yeah, I understand what sharecropping is, but like that's not slavery because they chose to do that.
They didn't chose to do that. They didn't know they were free. How's that will?
What do you
If they knew they
mean?
were free, they wouldn't be slaves
They
anymore.
literally they were under Union occupation. How would they not know?
What you said? What?
How would they not know? Because
Because the math
the
didn't want
Union
them to know.
soldiers literally went around to every plantation in the South, and with guns pulled their slaves off the plantations.
That's
So how would they not know?
because their masters didn't want them to know. The soldiers just didn't reach them.
They did they. It's not a question of whether their masters like it or not is irrelevant. The Union
The
soldiers were
soldiers
showing up
just-
to their masters with guns and saying, "We're taking your slaves from you
the
now."
Union soldiers just didn't reach them.
Hello,
They
guys.
did.
When we look at
They did.
no,
Hello,
it, when we look at when we
Name
look
me a
at
single plantation where like
when we
slavery
look at the
survived
stories.
somehow.
So you okay?
uh,
So first you conceded that there was slavery was going on, and second, now
No,
you're
I
trying to argue
didn't.
that,
Why are you
and now you
lying?
yeah, no, you conceded that slavery was still going on,
No, I didn't.
and now you're trying to say that, and now your counterpoint to that is that it
No,
wasn't
I
slavery,
never
it was
said
just
that. You're
something
just
new,
bearing false witness. You're
and
lying.
now you're okay. I'm not talking to you anymore. So listen.
Yeah, it's like you're okay.
So
I'm not
listen.
talking to you, even though I'm gonna keep
There's
talking
still
to you.
there were still major inequalities in the system. Blacks weren't given the
Yeah,
same
yeah. Just keep
opportunities
on
even
making more
after
excuses
slavery.
as to why you're not successful and you're a
When black
loser.
blacks weren't given the
It's
same
because of the
opportunities
white
as
man that I
whites
have no
even after
skills.
slavery. We weren't listen, only after the civil rights movement were we given equal ground. And the civil rights movement haven't even ended after a century. We were not given equal ground even after slavery. Yes, and there were even still slaves
Yeah, but you weren't even alive during the civil
in
rights movement
Florida.
either, so who cares?
Slaves in Florida. I can literally look it up. Slaves in Florida after slavery. Slaves in Florida after slavery. There are so many slaves in Florida after slavery. So
No,
many.
what you're describing is sharecropping, which is not slavery.
Listen.
What you're describing is called sharecropping. Do you know what sharecropping is?
After the Civil War, many freed slaves in Florida
Do
became
you
employed
know
by
what
government plantation.
sharecropping is? Yes or no?
So it states here, many freed slaves in Florida. You
Okay, so
literally
you don't
said
know.
you're
I
being
mean,
dishonest
that makes
earlier,
sense. You don't
though.
even know what the New York Stock Exchange is. So like,
Me when it's
expect me to think you know what sharecropping
when
is.
I don't talk to this guy anymore because
Where
he's
am
being
I?
You literally think that the fucking Bitcoin
you
is
conceded
traded on
that
the stock
slavery.
exchange. You're
You already
dumb.
conceded
You're
that
actually
slavery was
stupid.
going on. You already
You're the
conceded that
stupidest
slavery was going
motherfucker on
on.
this entire
You
server.
conceded that you're autistic. You conceded that slavery was
Yeah,
still
I am
going on
autistic.
even
What
after
about it? At least I'm
Florida.
not black.
Yeah, even a slave is better than like an autistic white person because now you can't even do slave.
No, because y'all don't have any skills, and you blame it on white people for having no skills. You're still like in that
We
slave
haven't been free
mentality
for a century.
because you're brainwashed by Democrats.
We haven't been given the same opportunities for a century.
Yes,
Even
you are.
after even after slavery,
You
we
were given
haven't
affirmative action for like 20 years. What do you mean?
after slavery. The affirmative action
Shut
did
up,
not
woman. I
affect
don't care.
it did not affect me at all.
Yeah, you're arguably even like have more rights than white people. Like, what do you mean?
No, we don't.
yeah.
Yes you do. You have the race
Still
card.
doesn't affect none of that affects the poverty.
So
When those
You have the
poverty
race
rates
card. What do you mean?
when
so
those
disproport. So
when those
in certain
poverty rates go
cases,
down, when
no,
those
hold on.
poverty rates go down, then we have the same opportunities. We don't. The poverty rates
Yes,
are
you
still
do.
up.
So right,
Poverty
but
rates
that's
are
not necessarily. So hold on. So are you saying that affirmative action doesn't exist and doesn't have a real effect? Like, so there are government programs and also private cultural benefits too, like hiring people of a diverse background. There's benefits and government carve-outs for doing those exact things, right?
So I was not affected.
So right, I understand. Though we all are affected in various ways by many forces in this world, right? Of course, but right when you're trying to like argue just like that, there
There's a
aren't special
resource.
government and private programs for hiring people of a diverse
If
background.
I may, I feel like
Of course there are.
So
the irony is that the more free they become, the more
I would like to
degenerate
talk
they
to
get,
you.
wait one
which makes their
second.
rights get taken
So
The
away.
main issue is that there's a resource discrepancy.
Like
That
the
those
more we
ones
try and
like
help
black,
them, the more
there's a
their
resource
culture
discrepancy.
declines.
That's the
So
main
who
issue.
gives the resources?
So when you have who gives the resources is obviously the government. Who is
Not
No,
not
necessarily.
that's,
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
oh
on.
my
that's not
goodness.
In
even
life,
true at all. That's literally just not true.
in
That's
life,
literally just
there are
not
more
true.
resources
So,
given than
this is
just
a very
from the government,
hold on.
right?
So
That's literally not true.
hold
Africa
on.
is the
So
most
this
resource.
is a very
Shut up. Hey, shut
this
up.
is a very broad.
Africa has the most
Can I
resources.
talk to one person at once?
Hey.
I
Africa
want
has the most resources in the entirety of the earth. It's the most resource abundant continent.
to talk to. I
That's
only need
why.
to talk to one person.
Hey. That's why the Chinese are
I'm
invading
just gonna
them.
ignore that guy and talk to the one person who actually wants to have a conversation with me. Honestly, thank
Oh
you.
no, because he
So,
says the nice words.
so
He says what
This
you
is my
want to
room.
hear.
I'm just a visitor, I guess.
yeah. So
But
listen,
that's fine.
You're literally more free than whites, and you continue making
listen.
excuses.
Well,
The
It's
resource
crazy.
discrepancy. So the issue with the resource
Oh
discrepancy,
no,
right?
I
When you
need the
say
white
who
man to
gives
help
the
me.
resources, when you say who gives the resources, that's a very broad statement,
right.
right? Because it's circumstantial, right? And most blacks have worse circumstances, so they don't start off with
Well,
resources.
not everybody starts off with anything equal, and whose job is it to make it everything like quote unquote equitable or equal?
Are
Who
you
makes
are
sure
you
that happens?
are you a communist?
So
Michigan?
Thomas, I have a real quick question. Do you think
And
a black in America has a better lifestyle than a black in Africa?
So it's nobody's
yeah,
job to make sure we have. So it's nobody's job to make sure that that we start on equal footing.
right. So right, and so different
Not
people. If
really.
you're born into a
If it's
certain
people's
place at a certain
job,
time
then we would be getting more money.
to certain
However,
circumstances,
it is.
you're subject to those for many reasons, right? And
However,
trying to place like, well, this shouldn't be or this should be. I understand. Like, I'm not sure
however,
what
it's
actions you
someone's
can take
job
to
to make
like remedy
sure.
like your position in like the
It's
world.
nobody's job to make. So it's nobody's job to incentivize us to use the resources. It is the government's job to incentivize us to start off with equal footing, though.
No,
Right?
not necessarily. No, its job is to punish evil and reward good and keep order, right?
That's exactly
And
what I
that's
said.
right. But when you're starting to become like an extra institution that is
We're
used
not.
to
We're
right
not.
that the government
How's
facilitating that
We're not.
is becoming like just
So the issue
more
with
dependent,
He's a
what do you mean? Wait,
dependent
what
on
do
the
you mean with the
government.
he
wait?
just
What do you
so
mean
here's
with the
And other
government?
institutions
Wait, what do you mean
that
with?
can serve those
Wait 1 second.
purposes,
so
like they
here's
do
two
very
What do you
well.
mean with the government
one issue with that is
instituting it?
so here's two issues with that. So one issue with that is that black people have not been free for the same amount of time that they have been enslaved. So we are set back quite literally multiple generations. So we have multiple generations
Why are you
of
still so criminal? Like,
and resource
Do you think that
inequalities, right? And
Martin
resource
Luther King would be
discrepancies.
satisfied
And
with
be,
the shape
Can I explain
or
something
fate
though?
of black
Like,
culture today?
so you underestimate like okay, so wealth doesn't really like there are some families where like they've always had money, they've had money, but like the kind of wealth or resources you're talking about doesn't really go past like 2 or 3 generations sometimes. Like I wouldn't like grow up especially rich. I was
I
like,
don't know what that
my
point.
family was working class, definitely
I don't
growing
know
up,
what
and
that point is.
like
So
boys,
when we look at the
right,
statistics per capita, there are more
Mer-
black poverty than whites. So
African
obviously
Americans
does go
are
up that.
overly criminal. Like
right. But
maybe
so
maybe there's a problem within yourselves to be just say, oh, I don't want to be criminal, and then the white population may accept you.
So the issue is that we haven't even been free for the same amount of time we've been
but
enslaved. And the reason I keep
but
repeating this because it's not fair, right? When blacks have
What's
been free,
fair?
what's fair is that
But
when blacks have been freed, right, for 400 years, the same amount of time we've been enslaved, right, and we
Uh-huh.
still don't have a good community, we still don't have a good culture that promotes growth.
Is that
Then we can
the
complain.
white problem that you don't have a community, or maybe it's a community
Well, yes,
problem
because
in and of itself?
well, yes, because we've been
Maybe you're just assholes. Maybe you
because women set back.
You should have
Because women.
spent more money on education and
Because,
maybe being a little bit more
because slavery is still
progressive.
a recent thing. Because slavery is still a recent thing.
Oh,
It's
fuck
not.
Still
off!
infected by the
There's no one in
inequality.
Fuck
living memory.
off!
We're still infected by the
So,
inequalities of the
How
Nah,
is
system.
brother.
slavery a recent thing?
it's
It's
not a recent
not.
thing.
We've been free
No.
for a century.
Is it not
No,
crazy
what?
that even in
So you
America,
think
even in
1900
America,
there were slaves?
bro,
Yes, there are definitely
in
slaves.
the
What? No, that's
bef
no,
brother, before the
What?
60s, there were
no.
more two-parent households of black people in America than after the 60s. So it's not a legacy of slavery, it's a legacy of dumbass people like you crying
The guys
racism
like, even
instead of
after slavery,
focusing on their own community.
even after slavery, and that there were still slaves in Florida. There were still a bunch of slaves in Colorado.
How
There were
relevant
still,
is this,
there was
dude, for
still
like
a bunch of
2024
discrimination.
Black
There's still
community?
a bunch
Is
of
it
massive discrimination and inequality in the system that prevented blacks from getting the same opportunities as whites.
So
a
right. But
hundred years
today,
ago?
so hold on. Today, let's even go like in the year 2000. What sort of opportunities weren't black people not afforded?
Well, civil rights movement.
1990, 1980,
Well, after the civil rights
1970.
movement. Well, after the civil rights movement, we haven't even been free for a century. After the civil rights movement,
There
we
was no wait no. So
have
you think you
you
were
still don't
still
have.
in
never been free?
people were still under slavery before the civil rights era?
Listen, it's
This
gonna take.
doesn't make any sense.
It's gonna take.
Why
It's
have
gonna
Africans
take a
never
very
invented?
long
Hey, hey,
time. It's
hey,
gonna
hey,
take a
hey,
very
hey, hey,
long
hey,
time to
hey, hey,
rebuild
hey,
the
hey,
black
hey,
community
hey,
after
hey,
slavery.
hey, hey. Why have Africans never invented a single written language?
So that's not even
Okay.
true. He
It is
invented the.
true.
Yeah, this guy's trolling.
It is literally
Okay,
true, though.
boy, but
But like not you nor your parents suffered the effects of slavery, nor your grandparents, I don't think.
No,
We
Africans
did.
have never
And,
invented a single
and
written language, okay? That's just simply true.
This guy's a
okay,
racist
hey,
right now.
hey, hey, chill, bro, chill.
all right. And
You
your I think your grandparents may have grown up under before
Yeah,
civil
but this
rights
belies the
and,
point
and
in the
stuff,
first place.
but
Africans
like
have never
not your
invented a single
parents.
written language.
yes, we
Africans have
And,
never
yes, yeah.
Africans never invented.
Wait one second. Wait.
Chill.
So
Why do you need to
wait.
hate
So
uh-huh.
the
Africans so much?
issue is that there's really nothing
Dingo,
stopping Black
that
people in 2024 being as
ant,
successful as their white counterparts.
Well,
mending.
look at Momenta Mori. She's more successful than you, and she's a woman.
right.
She's black.
I know
There,
it's
there's
it's a touchy
Rihanna,
issue,
there's
right?
Beyonce, there's like fucking
But
what's his dumbass name? Jay-Z.
To be honest, those are really poor examples.
I mean,
Again,
sure.
again, when we look at Africa, they never had a single written language. They never
It's not
invented
even
the
true.
wheel. Yeah, it is true. And then
We have,
they never.
have the
But,
mending language. We have the
yeah,
mendingo.
so, but like, okay,
that was
right,
Arabized,
right.
you idiot.
I still
That was
don't
Arabized,
understand.
you
We
idiot.
have the mendingo language.
That was Arabized. First of all, the Mandingo language. No, the
Well,
only.
then do something about the Arabization of the African countries. Like
We
maybe you should
think.
go to the Muslims and say, why the fuck do these
Let's
Muslims
look at. So let's
think
look at percentage.
think
So
that you are
black.
second class citizens? Are you
Black.
not in the Arabia?
So the percentage. So the percentage of blacks adopted by whites to get the same sort of circumstances as Minton Mori is 5%. That's very low. So she's literally the top
So I
5.
wasn't adopted by white people. You're making a giant assumption. The only difference between me and some other Black Americans would be that I grew up in like a suburb with different like I guess more advanced school system you could say
Top
than like
5.
urban areas. But that's
Top 5.
literally it. That's like it
Well,
just
No,
proves that
no,
like you're
Memento
like you don't have to be
Mori.
adopted by
We're
white
excluding
people
the
to
top
be.
5% of
Mori,
black
it's your.
Americans.
right. And
It's,
are your parents together still?
Thank you for explaining.
Divorced.
Memento.
Thank you for
Okay, but
explaining the
like,
top
they
5.
were, but you grew up in a two like parent
Exactly.
household.
Thank you. Thank
And
Yeah,
you.
so
Thank you for
they were
yeah,
explaining
married
the top
and then they got
5% of
divorced when
black
I
yeah.
was
Americans.
like 6 years
Thank you.
old.
Thank you. Thank you for
That's
explaining the top 1% of
that's not the norm
I'm
in
that's not
black
Thank
really.
you
communities,
for
which is
explaining the
Obviously,
which
top
is a
that's not
1%
good.
shame.
of black Americans.
It's
Thank you.
But
like
yeah, I was raised in like a two-parent household.
Thank
yeah,
you for explaining the
Wow.
top 1%
statistically already that
of
puts you ahead in your community.
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you for
It's a
explaining
big
the
bit.
top 1% of Americans. So now let's get back to the topic at hand.
That's not
Well,
even the top
So,
1%.
that's sad.
so
You're
the topic I can't. So the topic I
You have
can't.
no idea what
In
you're
the black
talking about.
community,
Are blacks.
single parenthood is like 75% or something.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's the majority of
Why do they
So,
not
so,
keep the parents
so the
together?
reason.
I don't
well,
understand.
answer
main
it's because the
so
majority
No,
of
you don't know
children in
what
the
baby mama
population are born
means.
outside of
Time.
What's
wedlock. So that
So one.
already
baby
puts them at a
mama?
huge
So
disadvantage
one at a time
in
here.
terms
One
of
at
like
Are
economic
the
success.
white people forcing the black persons to not be
No, this is a culture issue.
No, yeah, it's a culture
Oh,
so
issue.
one at a
okay,
time
okay.
here.
So it's not the white people fault.
So
No, not at
it's
So
all.
one.
not
So
it's
one
not
at
an
a.
uncommon thing, unfortunately,
So
for
time here.
multiple people to have like multiple
Yeah,
stepfathers or
it was
like
an echo
you
chamber.
know
Yeah, I
So
never had to deal
multiple
with
step
that. Like even
yeah.
after
like you
their
live with
divorce,
him.
like they
Oh,
were
So
it's
both
we
gotta be
haven't
actively
had
terrible.
involved
time.
in their life.
So
Yeah.
we simply haven't had enough time to develop a healthy culture. We haven't had enough
That
time
makes no
to
sense.
promote
150
growth. And I'm muted,
150
Mortamori.
years is
That's
not
She's
complete
enough.
getting
crap.
locally muted. You're getting locally muted. Fucking everyone here is
Wait,
getting locally muted.
Thomas,
YouTube's
Thomas, you
getting
can't.
locally muted. You're getting locally muted.
Yeah, buddy,
So
you
Thomas,
are cooked. You are
Thomas,
cooked.
don't.
You are
Okay.
Now he
cooked.
gets to
Oh,
mute
It's
it.
pretty funny. Yeah.
Africans have never
I
had a
hey
single written
hey
language.
guys, everyone. The rule in this chat, you can't locally mute people. So love, can you type in the side chat that you like heard me?
But I don't understand. Why is every problem
Can
that
can someone tell?
black African
Hold on.
Americans have is I do understand in the past, but why is it nowadays that every black person says white people bad, white
No,
people this
Well,
and
not true.
that?
a
That's
lot of
all.
people like
That's
a lot
not.
of people like this want to use like other groups as a scapegoat instead of just accepting that like certain things are a culture issue and there's things we can
Mm.
do better. I really don't understand like what the issue is because there's not anything wrong with being like a black person in America and having strong family values that are gonna like lead you to
True.
success.
For
And it's
example,
just
look at the way
Mhm.
she speaks. She's a Nigerian. She's a Nigerian black woman.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't necessarily care. She's like just like a normal woman. Like she's
Yeah,
a like
Exactly.
she it's not that she's black or anything. It's just she integrates perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, good. And she's also a Catholic, which is
So
based.
yeah.
I don't know if
Thank
here's
you.
a
she
She's my
funny thing.
sister
I
in
don't
Christ, and we
know
love her.
if
We love her.
yes.
I don't know if Thomas heard what I said because he might have like locally muted me.
I
But
think he heard you,
now he's
but
gone.
he's just being like a little
Nah,
difficult.
Thomas will be
Yeah, yeah.
white people are the problem
That would be
because
funny.
they are keeping us down.
Fight's
Obviously,
pretty
it's
based.
like 100 years too late, but okay. Like I don't understand. Like black
Maybe
people.
they need a Catholic revival in the black community. That'd fix their culture in like 3
Yeah,
generations.
yeah. Maybe if he wants to sell drugs, maybe his buddies will help him. Like I don't want to be racist, but it's not the case. It's not. Nobody in the black community says, yeah, education is good, education is great. No, nobody says that. Education is, hey, you look white. Why you act white?
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of what the response is. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
If you take
It's
it education seriously, you do get ostracized, at least in America.
yeah, it's their fucking
Oh,
own
in the
problem.
black community? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is literally what happens, though.
Yeah.
They say,
So
why are you talking like
Oh,
that?
they're
Why
that.
don't you talk like us?
yeah,
You're acting white. And acting white just means to be a good person.
hmm
I don't know why you would agree with that. I mean, you're black.
No, I'm saying like I'm not really agreeing with this statement, but I'm saying that's what the attitude is. And I would say that I don't think you have to be any race to be a good person.
I agree with that. I'm bound like Mole, where I hate other races.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to evangelize the entirety of the world.
I mean, I'm okay with hearing Love of God's grievances. I mean, I don't agree with this black nationalism, but there's certain things that he does talk about, right, about their perception, and that's the thing. If it's their impression, right, like one of their foundational assumptions that a quote unquote black person in America can hold, there's no way to disprove that, right? And the best thing to do is to like communicate and like listen to actually what they have to say at least, right? And then you can offer your criticisms or objections, right? Or solutions even. Like,
No, I don't think so because all he's
well,
doing is
some
lying
of the
about being
some of the
black.
facts he's gonna say are factually true.
None of the facts. He didn't bring up a single fact.
Well, what
He
he's
said,
getting at is there is a history of disenfranchisement based on
okay,
race
so
that
was
happens
there
in
in Hong
America.
Kong?
Yeah, but we're not talking about Hong Kong, we're talking about the United States.
Yeah, but Hong Kong, when it was freed as a vassal
Fuck
state
Hong
of
Kong, dude. They're not a republic. They're a fucking
Hong Kong,
communist country. So stop trying to. Yeah, that this is precisely the problem, man. Like we're not talking about like a problem of human nature. You have this fixation on trying to characterize a particular race group as, something to do with their nature, man. And so you're literally freaking moving the goalposts to fucking contexts that have nothing to do with the United States, like
no,
fucking
I'm
Hong
talking
Kong.
about different. I'm talking
The
about different
project of
vassal
America
groups.
and American idealism is about building a better republic. That's not the same context for fucking Hong Kong. Fuck
Yeah,
them. They're a
so
bunch of fucking atheist communists. They have
yeah,
nothing to
again,
say about the kind of culture we want in
again,
America.
the Hong Kong Republic, right? The Hong Kong, they were enslaved essentially by the British Republic, but they were in the course of what, less than 100 years, they created their own country.
Well, fuck the British as well. That's not what we're talking about. In America, we have an actual history of not only cattle or chattel slavery, but we also have, even after the Civil War, there are like racial covenants, within state laws that are still on the books till this day. Now,
That is
obviously, through
ridiculous on its
federal, right,
face.
it's not ridiculous at all.
Yeah, it is
It's like
ridiculous on
they
its face
like
because when we look at
there's still like
indentured,
three states that still have
oh,
racial
hold on,
covenants in the conveyance of
first of
deeds,
all,
dude.
first of all,
Like
We have
there's racial
redlining.
language in it. The point is that
you have no idea what
it
redlining is.
you're fucking stupid. This has nothing to
Yeah,
do with redlining. You're just fucking wholly ignorant, man.
You have no idea what you're
No, no,
talking
no, no.
about.
So here's the thing. The
redlining.
fair
Redline.
housing laws is see the thing is the reason why we have fair housing laws was to get around these fucking racial covenants that exist within the state books. Because
That's not what happened. That's not
instead
what
of waiting
happened
for
at
the
all.
states instead of waiting for the states to choose their
Oh my goodness! You
change their
realize that the
laws,
house? Hold on. You
we have
realize
a
that the house?
we have a
Hey,
federal
hey, hey, hey,
housing.
hey, 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 hey! Calm down. You realize that the collapse of the housing market came to be because black people and racial minorities bought more than they can afford.
But who benefited from the most?
Jews.
No, the banks did, you dummy.
Oh, okay. So what did I say that was wrong? You just have no idea of human history at all.
And you don't understand how money works.
Really, I don't understand
You
how
had some
M1
fucking
works.
other idiot in here try to literally try to freaking like just fucking sandbag what Love of God was saying about basically generational wealth, but making a claim that, well, he's a white person. Did you know that the type of wealth that you're talking about doesn't even last like more than 2 or 3 generations? What a fucking idiot. Well, he's just a fucking white trash. That's what that is. That's not how wealthy people manage their money. The fact of
Okay,
the
that
matter is
really doesn't matter. What does it have to do with M2?
black people in America at that
What does
time
it have to do with M1 or
circumstantially
M2?
did not have the ability, right, systematically to take
How would it be
advantage of the same
systematically?
financial tools.
Look,
They didn't have
look,
access to the same financial
that's not
tools
even true in the
or
first
even
place.
leverage
Oh my
in order
goodness.
to retain
When we
generational
look at
wealth and pass them down.
hold on. When we look at rappers, for example, or when we look at
Okay,
NBA,
this is a recent phenomenon. We're talking about
oh,
like
hold on, I'm not done making my point. Okay, maybe I'll make my point, then you could speak. Sound good? Thank you.
okay,
So
pursue your fucking fishing expedition.
yeah, so when we look at rappers or when we look at basketball players or sport athletes, they are not able to retain wealth.
What are
So
you talking
clearly, the
about?
defense. yes, they're not able to retain wealth. They
That's
end up
not the
broke.
basketball players I knows and stuff.
Oh, really?
Especially nowadays. I mean, more and more people are getting more, financially literate, right? But financial literacy isn't dependent on your nature as a racial person at all. Most people don't understand it. It has to be
Black
learned.
people just have lower IQ.
But
That's
there
all it
was
is.
a specific time
Fuck,
where
mate.
even if black people or even mongoloid people, we're talking about Asian people, because that's how like we're fucking prescriptive within certain
Yeah,
racial
like
covenants
Mongolites
and
and
state laws. Yeah,
African
they
Americans
literally
are
call us
at the
mongoloids and shit.
same fucking place at some point because
No,
Like
they
they're
were
not.
states had
they were
restrictions. States had
financially
Asians,
restrictions
retarded.
on low
Asians,
qualification by
Asians have
races.
higher IQ, buddy. What are you talking
It
about?
has nothing to do with redlining. It literally has to
Were
do with whether or
financially
not we can be
retarded.
considered for one type of loan versus another.
That's
And then
ridiculous
there's
on its
even
face.
racial covenants on the books that keep houses being conveyed to one particular race or another.
Okay, then why did the
It's
Italians and the
absolutely
oh
ridiculous.
hey, why did when the Italians and the
So
Irish Catholic
while the
when
whole
oh
time, while
oh
white people
oh
are
oh
allowed
my
to buy
goodness.
multiple properties
What's the
and rent
time
these
frame?
properties out, and they're going to say they're going to keep other races from practicing the same kind of investing strategies.
Yeah,
Are
that's
you
not what
kidding me?
happened at all. What
That's
happened is that
systematic
What happened?
no,
disenfranchisement.
what happened is that the black people did not have enough credit because they kept spending money on useless and
No, you're
frivolous
an
things.
idiot.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
So I
you're
don't know
just,
this.
yeah,
I
you
That's
don't
crazy.
know this fight. You literally don't know the fucking
Okay.
history.
No, great.
You're misrepresenting the fucking history.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't
they
even,
had lower credit.
you- you're just making up shit out of your fucking head, dude. Maybe they
You have
have,
you made
maybe they
you made
historically
you have
have lower credit because the availability and accessibility to those financial tools that they could build
how do
credit
you even
off of
build up your
were
credit?
taken away from them. They were
How do
literally
you build up
excluded from it.
credit?
They were systematically excluded from
How
it.
do you build up credit?
You have to pay debt. You have to hold debt. You have to
No.
demonstrate to the banks that you know how to manage your money by holding and leveraging debt. That's how you increase your credit score.
And how did the
You're fucking
Italians do it?
stupid. It's a
How did
whole
the
fucking, the
Italians do
financial
it?
system is rigged as it is, but it's built on debt.
Hmm.
If you don't even allow them the opportunity to carry debt, you can try to do all this post hoc rationalization like, oh well, they wouldn't have been able to have a steady income to be able to for the bank to approve their freaking source of income in the first place. Yeah, if and right, you have compounding circumstances, right?
Uh-huh. So
If
how
you
did
if you don't even
the
offer them
Italians
if you don't even offer them the ability to take out a loan to open up a fucking business, how are they going to have assets and collateral, right?
But
Like this
isn't
is
that
That
wasn't
doesn't
it's
that
make
much
any
more
that
sophisticated than you think, Fight.
that's
Is it
literally
true
not
that there was
that's
systematic
oh my
racism in the
goodness.
past? Yes.
Oh
Is it
my
true?
goodness.
Is it
yeah,
true that it's the
obviously
same type of
in the
systematic
past,
racism
yes,
now?
in the
No.
past, like
Thankfully,
no.
we don't.
Can you stop carrying
But you
water
can't
for
just
Jews?
like try to whitewash history like
Can you
this.
stop carrying water for Jews? Thank
Can you
you.
stop carrying white water for the white man?